Hello, class. I hope you guys are as excited for this flipped classroom as I am. Today we're going to be learning about how to use partial quotients to divide. So at the end of last week, we talked about what all of this means, right? So the 5 is what divides this number, and then your answer goes up here, and then our remainder goes up here. So we talked about the format a little bit. But today I'm going to show you how to actually start doing it. So this one's pretty easy. You can kind of think about it as like with partial quotients, you just have to think about how many times you can multiply 5 to get to a number that's less than 16. So less than 16, right? So what happens if I multiply 5 by 2? So that would get us 10, right? Does that equal up to 16? No. So we're going to put a 2 over here. Oh, that's my eraser. I'm going to put a 2 over here because we're multiplying the 5 by the 2. That equals 10. All right. So because we're taking 10 out of the 16, we're going to subtract 10. That leaves us with 6. Now, we always know that we have to keep going further if this number is bigger than the 5, whatever our divisor is. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how many times 5 can go into 6. That one's pretty easy. It should just be 1, right? So it's going to be 1 times 5. And that equals 5. So we're going to subtract that from our 6, and that leaves us 1. Now, can we put 5 into 1? No, we can't. 1 is less than 5. So this is where the rule of partial quotients comes into play. So we have a 2 and a 1. Those are how many times we used 5 to get up to our 16. So what we're going to do is, I like to make a little line right here. I'll do that for the future problems that I'll do. It just helps me keep track and keep myself organized. We're just going to add all of these, right? So it's going to equal 3. So that's what we're going to put up here. 3 is how many times we put 5 into 16. Now, do we have anything left over? Yes, we did. So our remainder is going to be 1. Okay. All right, next problem. 11 into 160. And that seems like a big jump from 5 into 16, but bear with me here. So let's see. Make a little line for where we put our numbers, like we put over here. So I like to start with the 10s. So we have 11. Now, if you don't know your facts that well, a good one you can start with is the 5s or the 10s. Those are pretty easy generally. So what would be 11 times 110? I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm sorry, I just realized I said the answer already. I was going to ask what 11 times 10 is, but I already said it. So it'll be 110. So is that less than 160? Is 110 less than 160? Yes, it sure is. I think that's a pretty good estimate, so we'll start with that. So 10, we're going to put that over here because that's how many times we're putting 11 into 160. That gets us 110. All right, so we're going to subtract that from our total. Now that leaves us with, let's see if I can do my math here, 50, right? Because this goes away, and then 6 minus 1 is 5, right? And then the zeros, they just stay. So that leaves us with 50. Now, how many times can we put 11 into 50? So let's see. If you don't know your facts super well, another one you can do is 2. So 11 times 2 is 22. That gets us kind of close. So you have 11 times 2 equals 22, right? Is that super close to 50? No. What if we doubled this? So what's 11 times 4 equals 44. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. I like that. So we're going to put 11 into here 4 times. So we're going to put another 4 here, right? Because we're putting 11 into 50 4 times, right? So we're going to subtract 44. That leaves us a 6. Now, can we go further? Well, how to check that is we look at this number. Is this bigger than 11? No, it's smaller. So that means we can't go any further. So that'd be our remainder. All right, now the last step in our partial quotients is to add these 2 up. So add this one and this one because we put 11 into 10. Or, I'm sorry, 11 into 160 10 times. And then we had 50 left over. And then we put 11 into 50 4 times. Oh, all right. So we're gonna add these up. Gets us to 14. We're gonna. This is our answer. So we're gonna put this up here. It says, that gets us 14. The remainder of 6.